Hello and welcome to the Commander's Forge. My name is Andrew Bentley, and today we're going to talk about some reprints from Commander Legends. But this is a quick reminder to tell you that Commander's Forge is a place for me to talk about Commander in ways that I find enjoyable. Now, for this setup, I'm going to talk about a previous price of the cards that I have listed and compare it to the price that it's pre-selling or at this point selling for in Commander Legends. And first up we have Vampiric Tutor, which is a single black mana for an instant that says search your library for a card, shuffle your library, put the card on top of it, you lose 2 life. The most recent printing of Vampiric Tutor was in Eternal Masters. The price there is currently sitting at $130 a piece. In Commander Legends, it's currently sitting at $50, which I understand is still expensive, but it's going to be more affordable for people that have the income to spend. And the fact that it's in booster packs, again, people are going to want to open this stuff. Just means there's going to be more in the market, and that's an overall great thing. And yeah, this card might be used more in competitive decks or try-hard decks, but when push comes to shove, it's just a good tutor. And there's several others like it, and I'm happy to see the reprint here. Alright, coming up next, we have one of the best counterspells in all of Magic. That is Mana Drain. For 2 blue mana, you counter a spell. Then, at the beginning of your next main phase, you add colorless mana to your mana pool for the converted mana cost of the spell that you countered. Now, its last printing was Iconic Masters, where the price is currently sitting at $170. And in Commander Legends, it's currently sitting at $75. Again, that is still a lot of money, but for the same reasons that I like Vampiric Tutor, people are going to be opening packs, this will get more into circulation, and 75 is still a lot less than 170. But the thing about this counterspell that's great is the fact that it gives you mana to spend on new spells. Or mana to activate abilities, or basically anything. So you can stop somebody from advancing their board state and then use it to advance your board state. So it kind of evens out in the fact that you did a 1-to-1 counter because it's going to help you cast something else. Alright, that's enough about blue. Next up, I have a red card that isn't actually that expensive. It was just reprinted in Double Masters, and it's sitting at $5. But it's selling in Commander Legends for $2. And this card is Blasphemous Act. Now, Blasphemous Act is a sorcery for 8 in a red that says it deals 13 damage to all creatures, and it costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Again, it's not a super high value reprint, but I like this because if it's not reprinted, that price is just going to continually go up and up. And where I really like playing this kind of card is decks that contain indestructible creatures, so you can wipe everyone else's board and then still have your creature to attack with, which is always fun. Alright, next we have the last of our colored spells that has been reprinted. And this one is 3 Visits. 3 Visits is 1 and a green, and it says search your library for a force card, put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle your library. Now that's missing 2 very important words. The first one is basic, and the second one is tapped. This card can get any forest and put it into play untapped. It originally is from Portal 3 Kingdoms, and currently it's sold out at $140. It's in Commander Legends at $3. And yes, this is just another ramp spell, but it's one that desperately needed a reprint, and seeing it reprinted here means so many more people are going to be able to play with it, and I'm okay with that. But other than that, I don't really have much more to add about it. So now I'll move into the colorless cards, starting with Scroll Rack. Scroll Rack in Tempest is $90. And currently in Commander Legends, it's going for $30. Scroll Rack is an infamous piece because it's colorless and it could go into so many decks. But again, high price means some people just couldn't afford to get it. And this really opens up allowing people to get their hands on it. Ah yes, Scroll Rack is a 2-mana artifact that says 1 and tap. Exile any number of cards from your hand face down. Then put that many cards from your library into your hand. Then you look at the cards that were exiled and then put them on top of your library in any order. And yes, a lot of people use this to combo, but I've also seen some people just use it to pitch their hand and try and hit a land for the turn. It's just a great utility card, and I'm happy that I'm finally going to be able to pick one up. Next, we have another artifact that's quite combo-tastic with Staff of Domination. The Staff is a 3-mana artifact that says, for 1, you can untap Staff of Domination. For 2, and tapping it, you gain 1 life. For 3, and tapping it, you untap target creature. For 4, and tapping it, you can tap target creature. And for 5, and tapping it, you draw a card. This card facilitates so many infinite combos. But it's good to see that the price has dropped. In 5th Dawn, its price is sitting at $65. And in Commander Legends, it's pre-selling for $8. So if nothing else, pick up a Staff of Domination just so you can say you have one. Now, it might seem like I'm going through these pretty quick, and there are reasons for that, but in this case, Rings of Brighthearth, originally from Lorwyn, where their price is $60, is currently selling for $10 in Commander Legends. And this is another one of those facilitates a lot of combos cards, and I'm just happy that I'm going to be able to pick up a copy. That's all. The rest of the cards that I have on my list are all mana rocks, so I'm just going to do them all quickly together. The first one is Thought Vessel, which in Commander 2015 is $10, but in Commander Legends is $4. After that, we have Arcane Signet, which its last printing was the Zendikar Commander decks, where it's sitting at $4.50, and in Commander Legends it's sitting at $3. Then we have the Diamond Cycle, and by that I mean Marble Diamond, Sky Diamond, Charcoal Diamond, Fire Diamond, and Moss Diamond. They were all seen last in Commander 2014, where they're sitting around $2, and the reprint is at about 50 cents a piece. But that's not the cycle I was hoping to have reprinted. What I was really hoping to have reprinted was the Medallion cycle, which are Pearl Medallion, Jet Medallion, Emerald Medallion, Ruby Medallion, and Sapphire Medallion. Originally from Tempest, those versions sit around $25. They were reprinted in Commander 2014, those ones are still sitting around $15. So they could have used a reprint here. Yeah. And circling back to Arcane Signet, well, that's arguably roughly the same price. If that card is going to see as much play as it sees in Commander, if they don't keep reprinting it, that price is just going to skyrocket. And Thought Vessel is just another way to keep the cards in your hand. Other than that, it's just a mana rock that taps for 1. I think with that, I'm just going to call it. It's been a long week. But remember, if you enjoyed it, to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you think. That brings us to the end of the podcast. I would like to thank Nate and Erica Jacobs for designing my logo, and Cody Mulphy and Ian Foss for allowing me to use a sample of music from their band The Crypt. The podcast can be found on YouTube by searching Commander's Forge. The podcast is Commander's Forge, that is CMDR_Forge on Twitter. I can be found on Twitter at BentzMister, that is BENTZMR. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time, and until then, here's to fun games and sick plays.